Hi everyone. Today we are starting our paintings inspired by Aaron Douglas. We have been practicing over the past two classes doing tints and shades to mix white and black with your main hue for our monochromatic artworks. Monochromatic, remember means one color. And so our artwork in the end is going to have one color, plus you're allowed to use black and white. So you can see I used green for this example, and in the background I only used tints, and in the foreground with the silhouettes I have used shades. And so today we're going to be starting with the background, and we're only going to be doing tints today. That means your hue plus white. Um, and next time, once that is dry, we will be adding the silhouettes using shades. So you might have noticed in Aaron Douglas's painting, in Harriet Tubman and others, he uses what's called concentric circles. That is a circle inside of a circle. And it's hard to see, it's pretty subtle sometimes, but you can see there's a circle right here and another circle coming here, and then there's a wider, bigger circle going around that. And so that's going to help us start our backgrounds today. So here's concentric circles, a circle inside a circle. Here's an artwork example from a different artist, Kandinsky, who painted concentric circles in that painting. So today I have my sketch. I chose a different sketch than what I did the first day. This time I decided to do a portrait or a painting about the artist Frida Kahlo, since she's one of my heroes. Remember, you're choosing a hero for yourself, someone who you think makes the world a better place or has made the world a better place. And so for me, Frida Kahlo was one of my artist heroes, and she painted through pain and suffering, and she made the world a better place, even through her pain. And so I think that's pretty inspiring for me. And so here's my sketch of what I want it to look like sort of in the end. So if you don't have your sketch finished, you're going to make sure that you finish this first. It doesn't have to be super detailed, just has to have the main ideas and some background and your main hero figure. So today I am not drawing my picture of my hero. I'm just going to be doing the concentric circles background. So I'm going to get a blank sheet of paper. I'm going to write my name and my class code on it and turn it over. And then lightly with pencil, I'm going to sketch out some concentric circles. For this design, even if these steps are here in the front of it, I'm going to continue this concentric circle pattern. And I decided to start in the corner, going out this way. You can decide to start your concentric circles anywhere on your page. That choice is up to you as an artist. So I'm just going to sketch it. These are not perfect, and that's okay. This absolutely does not need to be perfectly circular concentric circles. If they're wiggly, it's all right. If they're not perfectly even, it's all right. So I'm going to have this as my base. And then I think what I'm going to do, yeah, that's where I'm going to start. So this will be my first layer of color just with tints today. And today I chose red. So whatever you choose today, that's what you're going to work until the end of this painting, because it's only one color for monochromatic paintings. And so I'm going to start with the lightest here, just like you did on your value scale. When you had 5 boxes, you did your color plus lighter, 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 lighter until it was almost white at the end. The almost white one, I'm going to start here. So it's almost like a sunburst or something coming out, and it gets a little bit darker. So at the end, this will be plain red. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different values that I'm going to try to mix together in each of these different sections that I've just drawn. So I have my mixing plate. This is dried paint, so don't worry if yours looks really messy like this. If it's dry, it's not going to mix together if it's acrylic paint, and these we're using acrylic paints on. So I'm going to scoop some red into a circle. I'm twisting it. I'm trying to keep it within this circle here. And then I'm going to wash my brush. I bounce on the bottom of the cup. I'm not splashing the water around. I bounce. I'm like I'm painting the bottom of the cup. 3, 2, 1, 0. And then I'm going to wipe it on the paper towel to make sure it's clean before I get any white out. Now I'm going to get white and put it in a different circle on my mixing plate. do a few scoops of white. Trying not to get it on the danger zone of my paintbrush. Oh, some paint got over there. Okay, so now I've got it in my mixing plate. Hopefully I won't need to go back too many times to my orange cups. And I'm going to start by adding, I'm going to start with the lightest since I've got white on my brush already today. So I'm going to start over here, and this is going to be like the tiniest amount of red. I'm going to mix that in to the white. It's okay if it even looks white right now. And I can see a tiny tint of pink coming through. You should have a messy mat underneath. I have this mixing paper or messy paper underneath, so that's okay. But you'll get a messy mat for this, so you can go all the way off the edges here. And that does look slightly pink. It might look white to you on the screen, but I can tell in person it's slightly pink. And it does dry slightly darker than when it's wet. So I'm going to add a tiny bit more. Mix it in, keep it within this circle. Oh, I started on the wrong side. Oops, that's okay. This dries and I can go right over it. I meant to start the lightest over here. All right, well, this will be my lightest color. See, everyone makes a mistake. No worries. My lightest one will be up here. I might make this one this color since this is a little bit more pink. So I'm going to try to mix some more white up on this top section after I've gone through now. Since I've already started adding red to it, I'm just going to problem solve a little bit here. I already started adding a little bit of red to it, so I'm going to just keep going with it until the end, and then I'll come back on top of this and add a little white to this top circle section for my lightest. Okay, and I'm just going to continue adding a little bit at a time, and I'll just go ahead and finish this up. Okay, oops. Uh-oh, that's okay. All right, so I've got one more spot up here I missed. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different values that I have created by mixing white with red. And this is my first layer of color. And then next week, next time I come, I will start adding these details that I've drawn in my sketch using shades. So we'll be adding black to your color to create all of these different elements on the second layer. I think this may end up getting covered up. So I have a little mistake that like some paint dripped right there. I could just take one of the elements from my sketch and I'll just make like a leaf come right there and it'll just cover it up. No big deal. So I have my whole paper covered. I've got concentric circles and I'm using different values of tints of my main hue. And next week I'm going to use the same hue because this is a monochromatic painting with black to add the different elements for my hero. Okay, I hope you have fun.